In 1975, Belgian jazz rock superband Solis Lacus released their singular, self-titled album, and from it, the track Remake. Hear that vibra slap? Oh, that Fender, that creamy Fender amid that kind of jerky change of tempo, that dun dun dun. Oh, and the flurry of the brass. Great tonal separation. One coming from each channel, my left and my right, yeah. Yeah, one horn, I mean, from here, one from there. Oh, hear that flexiton in there? Such great tonal clarity of instrumentation. I can just like instantly like take everything apart and hear the complexity. Yeah, the drums are really full and just kind of like covering up. Oh, that purity of the sax tone. And the Fender going consistently throughout it. And hear the way the bass is just kind of like sliding up. Okay, let's meet some of the people here. On tenor sax, soprano sax, percussion, we got Robert Jeanne, who would later surface in the Act Big Band. Several credits according to Skogs. I'm surprised only so few. A few of these people, though, had quite the background. We've got some people from Placebo, and one guy from Plus, and yeah, and there's a couple of other tie-ins with the Act Big Band. And the album's produced by Mad Unity, which I am imagining is just kind of like a few of the guys involved in the Mad Unity album. I love how it trades off between that sax riff and then that refrain on the Fender, that dun 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 dun. Tone on some of those higher Fender notes, kind of glowy, kind of slightly like vibe-like. Okay, that's trumpeter Richard Rousselet, who also he plays trumpet, flugelhorn, and percussion, and he had been in Placebo, and he was also involved in Mad Unity, which put out the funky Tramway album the same year as Solis Lacus. And he would later surface in the Act Big Band as well. And later in the 80s, a project called Lilith. Haven't heard that one yet. And the Robert Cordier Ensemble, yeah, both in 1986. Oh, hear that bass, the way it's like moving around and just... Yeah, the fluttering of that trumpet amid the kick up, the windy, dusty, of all that drumming. Oh, the flutter coming, it's coming out of my left channel. I notice, but the whole time that Fender just keeps on, like, oh, just playing away really fast, all those notes. I love how one will go into a solo and then they'll all come back to that like one part right there, that dun 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 dun. Now a more fluid bass line, like a really like well running bass line. It's so great how this goes between kind of like a somewhat like loose, almost like free form playing, like over just kind of like a key center, and then it'll all come back out like just on cue. They'll come back to that one like motif to like give it sort of a cohesive structure. Now I hear the drum, how it's kind of like doubling up, and then the bass, like. Yeah, I can't really pinpoint who my favorite instrumentalist is here because they're also like detailed and like they know when to rein it in. They know when to just let loose. And even when one gets the spotlight, the others kind of like they're kind of like down in the mix, kind of like playing away and giving you like two or two and a half, sometimes three things to listen to simultaneously. Keyboards on this album are played by Michel, Herr, who also plays Kalimba in percussion, and he was in a whole bunch of things. Oh yeah, a lot. Well, been in a lot of bands anyway, and he would also resurface in the Act Big Band. Yeah. Oh, he would surface in a jazz track, or he the same year as this he appeared on the first album by the German jazz rock superband Jazz Track. Yeah, yeah, the band that later collaborative album with Norma Winstone. Oh, now we're getting more kind of like tighter, more into the ensemblic, thematic section, like recapitulating anyway for the finale. That flexaton. 1975, yeah, the pinnacle of just these creamy, kind of loungy, like jazz rock, Fender, rich albums. Yeah, just so many bands from around the world getting together to just, like interlock with their chops and like just pushing their instrumental dexterity to the max and just taking like the harmonic potential of, at the nexus of rock and jazz to like unparalleled heights. And just such a gold mine of albums from around the world. I mean, it just seems to be endless. There's just like, it seems like every nation on the planet produced at least. The smaller nations, each of them seem to have produced like 2 or 3 acts, and then the bigger nations, it's just, oh God, 20, 30, 40, a year during that span of time. Like, 1974 to 1978 thereabouts. Yeah, with 75, 76 being the absolute pinnacles. Yeah, remake by Solis Lacus. Let's hear another track from the album, Little Green Man. I love these chromatics with that Fender just kind of like sounding off each key change, like dum dum. Bit of a Latin-y vibe on this one. I love how those horns come in and just kind of like double up on the thematic elements that like the bass and the Fender and such were giving us. Yeah, I wonder what the little green man is. I wonder if that's supposed to be kind of like under like a man kind of like made kind of to appear green under like a strobe light or something under a dancing on a like dance floor or something. I guess I could be that guy in just a few seconds from now. Oh, they're playing that. The trumpet and sax are playing great, like in unison with one another, just as they were kind of like individually in the last track, just forming a theme here. That bass is just kind of like plopping around from side to side. Bloom, 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 bloom. Oh, I love that. I love that little note that crept out like that. This thing doesn't really get very green. I love that tone right there. That's very different than anything we heard like thus far. Keyboard. It's kind of like something like Shikaria uses sounds somewhat like that around this, like on a few. I'm thinking, like, did I hear that kind of tone like on the Leprechaun? Let's see, who have I not introduced yet? Drummer Bruno Castellucci was in the band Plus before this. Yeah, that one I haven't gotten around to working my way through. Let's see, he was in two outfits by by a German band leader, Peter Herr Bolsheimer. Let's see, the JJ Band and Straight Six. 183 instrumental credits according to Discogs, so he's been around nonetheless. And let's see, okay. Okay, bassist Nick Kletchkovsky, sounding, I guess, probably originated from like Eastern, yeah, that name. Let's see, Eastern Europe, Soviet Union, perhaps. He was in Placebo. He was on the Ball of Eyes album that I did something from just the other day, and their second album, yeah, 1973. Now finally, something we didn't get in the last track, a drum solo. It sounds like there are two drummers going on at once. I mean, because I'm hearing fills. I'm hearing like kind of like a snare fill, and I'm hearing a bunch of like, big toms going on simultaneously. Very panoramic drum sound. It sounds like a really big set all around. I love the way it pans between one speaker and the other and back. Oh no, that really though putting in those like kick beats. What's that called where they where they'll put like four or like maybe even more like maybe 8 kick drums per bar. It's kind of like a technique that I think is used in like thrash metal or speed metal, where they put like 8 kicks per bar or something. Oh, I love the purity of tone right there. Yeah, and just so the clarity of it too, just up front in the mix. Oh, notice how the bass is like moving around, really sliding up and down, and just it's really chaotic in this track. Oh, and the drumming is just, after hearing that drum solo, it just, once again, I'm reminded just how persistent and just all over, just all encompassing the drumming has been in this track. Yeah, that was Solis Lacus with Little Green Man, and before that, Remake, 2 tracks from the 1975 Solis Lacus album, Belgian jazz rock powerhouse of talent from various backgrounds getting together for this one super album, and with tie-ins also to the Mad Unity project, super project that put out the album Funky Tramway that same year. And oh, I should also mention that the prior track, the drummer was the track Remake. The drummer was Félix Simtaine. Yeah, somewhat a difference, I guess, between the drumming sound on the 2 tracks. Yeah, the track we just heard was the guy I introduced already, and this one had the first track had Félix Simtaine. Did I say that right first time? And he has well, he also appeared in the Act Big Band and played with, let's see, the Charles Luce Trio. Yeah, Charles Luce. Yeah, that guy, he was in Cos. Yeah, Charles Luce. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. For more Rubies and Sapphires from the Solis Lacus album and many other fine Belgian jazz rock albums from the time period, see the directory of albums by Belgian artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the 2 tracks we just heard, the intensity, the interplay, just the dazzling counterpoint and harmonics of it all, how just bass, interacted with Fender, interacted with sax, interacted with trumpet, and how just the drumming just kind of like bombarded everything. And yeah, who do you think had the best moment, the best solo, the best licks? Yeah. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.